today let's talk about right angles, but we're going to start just with angles. And what is an angle? And angles are simply just anywhere you have two rays or line segments with the same endpoint. So here's an angle, here's an angle. If you have some intersecting lines, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 angles in here. These are all angles, and even in shapes. The word triangle literally means 3 angles. Tri means 3 angles. Quadrangle means 4 angles. Quad means 4. There are 4 angles. So, what is a right angle? Right angles are angles that have square corners. And you can see all 3 of these angles here have square corners. So you can add 2 more lines and draw a little square in the corner. So even though mine aren't drawn perfectly, you can see these 3 angles all have square corners, so they are right angles, square cornered angles. And we can use right angles to help us describe some certain shapes as well. For example, right triangles. And a right triangle is just a triangle that has at least one right angle. And you can see where the square corners are in these 3 triangles, which makes them right triangles. And again, the sign to show everybody that these are right angles is to draw a little square into the corner. Another shape everybody knows, but maybe you don't know, you couldn't describe what it is with words. A rectangle is simply a quadrangle with 4 right angles. These are all rectangles, and you can see, of course, that all 4 angles are square corners. They're all right angles. So these are rectangles, and even squares are a type of rectangle, because a rectangle is any quadrangle with 4 right angles. So this is a square, but it's also a rectangle. And again, to show that these are right angles, you can draw the little squares in the corners. So 4 right angles. This also means for rectangles that the opposite sides are parallel. So you can see these sides are parallel, always in rectangles. All right, and just a couple other bonus pieces of information. Any angle that is smaller than a right angle is called an acute angle, and you can remember that because they're small and cute. So these are all acute angles. You can see they're smaller than a right angle. And angles that are larger than a right angle are called obtuse. So these angles are all larger. This one's kind of close, but it's larger than a right angle, and they are called obtuse angles. And one last bit of information is we say that right angles are 90 degrees. And this might be new information for you. If you don't know what this means, I'll do another lesson on it later. But if someone asks you how many degrees are a right angle, you can just say 90 degrees. They're always 90 degrees. Right, now quickly for Everyday Math 3rd grade, home link 6.3, called right angles. You're asked to find 4 things at home that have right angles, and you can draw a picture. My class is not doing this, so you don't need to do this part. But you could just draw a picture of where you see right angles, and if you look around, right angles are everywhere. Just in our media center, I took these photos. You can see carpet square, right angles here, 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 here. This book, the corners are a little bit rounded, but basically it's a rectangle. You have 4 right angles. Edge of the table, square corner, tissue box, 4 right angles there. And again, outside our classroom, a ton of examples. These are the stairs by the 3A, and here's right angle here. The new 6th grade building, right angles everywhere. On the bench, the edges of these wooden boards, lots of right angles there. So on your home link, you can just draw those in where you saw right angles at home, and you'll probably see them everywhere, like I said. And one last thing, this is an angle, this is an angel, because somebody made a comment about how we were going to study right angels today. So just the spelling is just switching these around. But don't get confused, we are not studying angels, we are studying angles. So that's it for today, and thank you very much.